Hello everyone, this is Ellen at Pray It Off, and we're going to talk about the next two cardinal virtues. Last week we talked about the first two, temperance and fortitude, and tonight we're going to talk about justice and prudence. And you might think, I don't know how prudence and justice fit into our weight loss picture. Well, we're going to talk about that. Prudence is the correct knowledge of things to be done or things to be avoided. Wow, do you think that relates to our weight loss journey? Oh, things to be done, exercise, eat right, things to be avoided, bacon cheeseburgers, donuts. Okay. We have to make them habits. These are things that we get help with from God, but we have to work at it and make it a habit. Also, we're going to talk about justice. And you might think, what does justice have to do with weight loss? Giving everyone his or her rightful due. And you know, in the Lenten season, when we're talking about fasting and almsgiving, I think so often many of us think almsgiving, we give to the poor. We're in this lofty perch where we're sharing with our bounty with the poor. And this really, in studying justice, you know, it really brought home that there are brothers and sisters. We're all equal. Just because we might have a little more food or a little more clothes or a little more money at this point doesn't mean that we're any better or any different or any loved any less than Jesus Christ. So the justice really comes in Lent. If we look at what we're doing as our duty as Christians to share with our brothers and sisters, not from a lofty perch. And I truly believe that what goes around comes around. Because when I grew up, we were dirt poor. I mean, we got the surplus food. I don't know if anyone can ever heard the stories or got it yourself with the big chunk of cheese and the greasy peanut butter and all that. And we were happy to get it. And at Christmas, I'll never forget, we went to St. Joe's Hospital in Elmira, and the nurses had all made mittens for the kids, and we could all go to the tree. I think I can get through this. Wow. We could all go to the tree and pick out a pair of mittens. And I remember I was 5 years old, but it's a vivid memory. I stood there thinking, for me, I can get one of these pair of gloves for me. And that meant so much to me. I didn't look at it like, oh, these nurses said, oh, these poor kids. You know, they did it out of love and out of kindness. And those gloves meant so much to me, and I was so grateful. I didn't go up to any of them because none of them were there really to get the thanks. But I think that wasn't as important as in their heart knowing they touched someone. And believe me, I've spent the rest of my life trying to give back for those gloves, trying to make someone else maybe a little happy. So what goes around, what comes around goes around, whatever that saying is. And I think if we think about justice a little bit more and our appetite a little less, it will fit into our weight loss plans. Prudence and patience. Ever hear that phrase? They go together a lot. Prudence, patience. Why do they go together? Because it takes patience to actually stop and think, is this good for me? Is this bad for me? Is this something I need to think and examine? The definition of prudence is the knowledge of things that ought to be done and the avoidance of things that need to be avoided. Right reason needs to be practiced. Many of us have practiced this weight loss journey for 3 years. We've made it a habit. It's become part of who we are. When we don't have Pray It Off on a Thursday for whatever reason, I feel like, what? I'm out of sorts. You know, this is what I do. This is who I am. It's my habit. When I have to make a decision about what I eat or what I do, something as simple as this. I have wonderful resistance now, thanks to Pray It Off. You know, I have not been sick, knock on wood, praise God. I have good resistance. I'm eating right. I'm exercising. The office is a cornucopia of bodily fluids and sneezes and coughs. Well, they were the past few days, before the past week, sneezing, coughing, and I'm trying to hide. There's no big cubicles anymore. They're all zippers, so you're all like, oh, the germs are like a fly. So the other night I started feeling like I was getting something. And I always would take Alka-Seltzer cold. Nighttime, love it, great. It always put me to sleep. I felt better in the morning. I get out the box. Guess what out of habit I did? I looked to see what was in it. 1,000 milligrams of sodium.
Yeah.
1,000 milligrams of sodium and aspartame in Alka-Seltzer nighttime cold medicine. I'm allergic to aspartame. I never thought to even look. I haven't taken it in years, but I used to like it. I thought it would be good. The habit that I came into, the Prudence stop, read, look, instead of just taking it willy-nilly, saved me from 1,000 milligrams of sodium and aspartame. All Prudence is taking a stop back. How many times have we eaten something in such a whirlwind and frenzy and sat there and go, what happened? Well, I ate that. Wow. I know we've done it. Don't look like you don't know what I'm talking about, because you do. If we just stop and think and examine the consequences. It's Wednesday. What do I have to do tomorrow night? Yeah, go to pray it off. Do I really want pizza on Wednesday? I'm shocked. How many times, you don't raise your hands, have I written, you're eating this on Wednesday? I've written that, and how many? Don't raise your hand, but I've written it many a time. Stop and think, what do I have to do? Oh yeah, pray it off. Maybe I won't eat this on Wednesday. Think, stop, examine. It's a habit we get into. Justice. We want to give everyone his or her rightful due. The focus is positive. I feel that if we're all up, one person lost like 3 pounds tonight and said, I didn't even think about it. I just did what I was supposed to do. I had no idea what I was going to do. Because that person was living their life and eating healthy. It wasn't like, oh, I'm consumed with this diet. You just do what you're supposed to do. You love and serve the Lord. You concentrate on Jesus, the cross, Calvary. It will come. If you go into this mode where this is a temporary fix to a permanent problem, it's not going to work. And that's what happens. Some of the new people come in and they go, well, I've tried this, I've tried that. Let me try this, pray it off. And then they go, what? I got to keep a log? I got to show up? And she's telling me I got to exercise? Well, I'm not going to do that. I quit. And they don't quit because of anything they've done. It's the program doesn't work. How many times, any program will work for anybody if you just do it. I'm sure if I went back to Weight Watchers, I could make it work. The thing that I feel is missing is the God element and the prayer element. And I'm going to stop you right there, Bobby. And I want